Probation. Time to bury witnesses and evidence. How many innocent people must suffer because the courts keep giving probation instead of prison? My name is Sarah Rainey. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a politician. I'm a mother. A mother whose only child, Dr. Kenley Jean Rainey, was killed by a repeat drunk driver. But that was the beginning of the injustice. I was silenced in court and denied basic notification. I wasn't protected. I was treated like a disruption. Meanwhile, the man who killed my son, Dennis Rodriguez Cebedo Jr., he was granted bail and disappeared, not once, but twice. During that time while I was grieving, he had the chance to manipulate the system, twist the facts, and his defense team used the delay as a strategy to prepare a delayed defense. While I was told he was in jail. He was free for 2 years before finally being placed in a cell. Plenty of time to silence me. I lived in a different state, but Marcy didn't, and she was murdered. Marcy's law. This isn't just my story. It's a warning. Because in the courtroom after courtroom across the country, probation is being handed out like candy, giving offenders the very thing they need most. Probation isn't always about justice. It's about politics. It's about keeping jobs, winning elections, and avoiding bad press. Judges and prosecutors don't just look at the right or wrong. They look at, number one, will this cost the county too much money? 2, will the offender's family complain on social media? 3, will this hurt my reputation with voters or donors? Instead of fighting for real justice, they seek an easy way out. They choose probation, not because it's right, because it's safe for them. Not for you, not for victims, for them, the prosecutors and the defendant. This is why I called it a political choice, because they chose silence over truth and PR over public safety. Real-life cases of silenced witnesses. These are not just headlines. These are real people. Rodney Alcala, 1968, in Hollywood, California, lured an 8-year-old into his apartment, brutally beat and raped her. She survived, but her parents refused to let her testify again, too traumatized. He got a plea deal, served less than 3 years, and went on to murder more women and children. The system chose the easy way out. People died because of it. Ken McElroy, Skidmore, Missouri. For years, he terrorized an entire town. Assault, rape, arson, attempted murder. He was indicted over 20 times, but never convicted because witnesses were too afraid to testify. He was shot to death in front of a crowd, and no one was convicted. Darren Sharper, NFL star turned predator. Between 2011 and 2014, Sharper drugged and raped multiple women across 4 states. Victims reported it, but the system delayed. Investigations moved slowly. I wonder why. And some prosecutors looked away. Money and popularity influenced decisions. He kept raping while cases were stalled. He received 20 years in multiple states plea deal only after public outrage. Now, Whitney Bulger, the mob boss with FBI protection, ran Boston's underworld with violence and fear, paid off FBI agents who warned him about investigations, murdered witnesses or had them disappear. No one dared speak. Went on the run for 16 years. When arrested, he was tried for 19 murders, maybe more. The government didn't just fail victims. They protected the killer. The truth about probation, they call it a second chance. But for victims, it's a death sentence for the truth. Probation gives offenders time to clean up the mess, to make evidence and witnesses disappear. Or in DUI cases, mothers to disappear. That's not justice. That's cover-up with a court seal on it. Marcy's Law, one line they hope you forget. Marcy Nichols was murdered by her ex-boyfriend just days after her family thought he was in jail. Just like me, she had no warning, no protection. That's why Marcy's Law was established, to give victims the right to be heard, to be notified, and to be protected. But those rights are meaningless if they are not enforced, and if offenders are given the chance to bury the truth while victims are left to mourn in grief and then be intimidated by the offender and the prosecutor and the defense. So now you know, this isn't just about probation. It's about power, about fear, about a justice system that protects offenders while victims are told to wait their turn or rest, stay quiet. My son didn't get a second chance. Neither did Marcy. Neither did so many others who lost their lives while the courts handed out deals and delays. And if I hadn't fought tooth and nail, I would have just been another mother with no voice. Just another case number they could file away. But I'm not going away. And if you're watching this, neither should you. Probation shouldn't be a reward for manipulation. It shouldn't be a countdown clock for witnesses to vanish. It shouldn't be the way predators buy time to rewrite the story. Feeling lost in the system? You're not alone. No one explains how to track cases, protect your rights, or stay informed. But that doesn't mean you're wrong for asking. You deserve the truth, and I'm here to help you find it. Share this video, and remember, your grief is not a weakness, it's fuel. I lost my son, but I will not lose my voice, and neither should you. Thank you.